look how far we've come, all the things we've done. Did it all with love, beauty from the bottom up. All I want is you, you're my favorite view. But there's nothing more, girl, you make my heart beat.
Grand Rising family.
Welcome back, beautiful bitches.
I am so much louder on my microphone than you are. I don't know if it's because I talk louder, but you see how I'm in the red?
I do see that.
When you talk, unless it's the first word, you're not really in the red. But I totally clipped out there.
I wonder what that is.
No idea. Anyways, maybe my mic's too close. Maybe I'm just too fucking loud. I mean, it could be a bit of both. I am a pretty loud person.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a couple things today's. I think we were gonna do emails. So either way, this is gonna be an email episode. But I have things that I want to talk to you about before we get into the email things.
Okay.
Do you remember the episode we did where we talked about taking little man's straws and clothes hangers? The toy thing?
One of the deepest wounds surrounding self-sabotaging behavior is a toxic misbelief that anything good that you have rightfully achieved or received will be taken away from you.
It comes from abuse too.
Yeah. For me, I think that started with love.
Well, I mean, that makes sense because your love was withheld as a punishment, you know? But that's exactly what it is. You get any type of manipulator, any type of parent that will dangle something over your head like a carrot, get you to perform, or the moment that you do something that disappoints them, they just strip everything away from you. Like, there are certain aspects of grounding that I think makes sense, right? Like taking a TV out of the room. Like, that's totally fair. It's not your TV, it's mine.
Right.
But Christmas gifts and birthday gifts and all of those things, like, I don't know. I have a hard time with that because it's theirs. Like, that was a gift that was bought for them. It's not a high-end item. You know, little man plays with straws and coat hangers.
Yeah.
So, like, I could take a straw or a coat hanger. Straw. And they're my coat hangers, right? Like, that's how I view that. But, like, his big dinosaurs and shit, we don't ever take any of that stuff from him because it was always big gifts. Like, those are his. And I think that we learn that our house is our home. And the things that we own are ours until somebody takes it. And when you're little and powerless and can't stop them from taking it, now you have that fear of somebody's going to take this from me.
Right. Somebody bigger than me, somebody with more authority.
So in the comment section of that TikTok, there was a whole lot of people who were saying things like, well, what about their cell phones and their tablets for teenagers or their computers? And I got it on TikTok and Instagram. Same comments from different people asking about cell phones and technology. So I want to talk about that.
Okay, let's go.
Our kids are 6 and 7, and the imagination has not been shit on. Like, we cultivate that imagination. We want the kids to thrive in their creative mindset. We want them to be free-thinking individuals as they grow up.
I'm going to pause you. Will you remember this?
Yes.
If there are children in the room, parents listening to this, we are about to discuss Santa Claus.
Good call.
This is your warning to pause, turn the volume down,
kick them out of the room.
We recently told our children that Santa, Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy doesn't exist, and they handled it fairly well. There is a lot of you lied to us. There is creativity and imagination to an extent because it did feel like lying on our part, especially with how intelligent they are, and they've been asking questions already. I just wanted to add that on to the free thinking, cultivating imagination, that it does end at a certain extent because we don't want to feel a certain way about what's going on.
It just dawned on me that the next time they bring up the whole Santa and you lied thing, or the next time they lie to us, we can bring that up and be like, do you remember how you felt when we told you there was no such thing as Santa and how you felt betrayed and lied to? That's how you make us feel when you lie to us. Didn't think about that until just now.
That's a good call.
Anyway, so we've not stifled that creativity. We want to make sure that they are free thinking adults and not just drones. I want our children to be able to creatively think. Now, with that TikTok and with the conversation that was being had, I don't think that you should be buying big ticket items for holidays, birthdays, Christmas, because that is a gift to the child. It is theirs. When it comes to cell phones, laptops, tablets, any of those high ticket items, even gaming consoles, they should be communal property until they're able to afford their own. Like, I don't think the kids should have smartphones. I think if we bought the kids cell phones, it should be like a flip phone, like a dumbass flip phone that they can't use Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. I don't want them to have access to the internet at all until they are old enough to figure out how to make enough money to purchase the device and pay for the plan every month.
Yeah, I also want to have really big conversations about internet safety. By the time I was 12 years old, I was sending inappropriate photos to older men on the internet.
And that was before it was illegal for people to post you onto inappropriate websites.
Yeah.
You look at things like Roblox and Fortnite and all of those games that have communities built around them. There are a whole lot of predators that are on those games. Roblox was huge for that. Like that is, and that's a game that is promoted to little kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want them to have access to that kind of shit. And like communal property for computers, little man is into Minecraft now. And we're going to set up a computer somewhere in the house that is in a communal area that they get timed things. And I don't care if that looks strict or like fucked up or let the kid have a computer. Fuck you.
Right.
I want the kids to be in a room where we can hear what's going on and we can know who they're talking to and we can hear their side of the conversation and we can monitor. They are children still. Now, when they're 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, we'll have different conversations of what that looks like, but they have to earn the right to use those tablets or computers. And if they ever got to the point where they got a computer or a laptop in their room, it would be password protected. And I would be the one that had the password, or you would be the one who had the password, and it would be used for for schoolwork. And in the event that they wanted to game or do something else, it would have to be done through chores. You would have an allotted time that starts at the beginning of the week. Like say you get 4 hours of computer time a week or 2 hours a day or however you wanted to work that. And we would have a list of everything that has to get done during the daytime. And then there would be infractions of negative time frames of what that would look like in the event that they didn't do X, Y, and Z. Had a bad day at school, lose an hour. Have an attitude with mom, lose 30 minutes. Lie, lose the day. Like, and we would keep a tally of that, and it would be seen, and that would be the way that we teach them responsibility for and consequences for their actions. But if they are paying for their device, you don't get to take that from them. It's theirs.
Right.
If you buy it for them for Christmas and you give it to them, it's theirs. If your kid turns 16 and you buy them a car and it's in your name, it's not their car. I am buying a car for you to utilize. This is not yours. You don't get to put stickers all over it. You don't get to put a sound system in it unless you okay all of it with us because the car is in our name. We are paying the insurance, blah, 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 blah. This is for you to utilize to make your life easier. In the event that you don't do X, Y, and Z, this is no longer an asset to you, and we will put the car up for sale. That's the conversation. The issue that I had with all of that in that TikTok that we were talking about is that people give things to their kids and then dangle it over their head like a carrot and then want their kid to be grateful that you're not taking their shit away when you bought it for them and gave it to them as a gift, which makes it theirs. You don't get to take away somebody else's shit. I was one of those kids who had things dangled and fucking always had shit taken away once it was given to me as a gift. And it was from a parent who would brag to everyone about all the cool shit that they would do. But they, it was more of about them than about me. And the moment that they got drunk or something happened, it was taken away from me. So I think it's very important that there is a distinction between this is not yours and this is a gift. Because if it is a gift, you don't get to take it away. It's theirs. Now, there's going to be people who are like, well, what if you buy your kid a bike and you don't let them ride their bike or whatever? There's ways that you explain it when they get the gift. Because now you're giving a gift with stipulations, right? And I think that that's going to vary from house to house and gift to gift. If you get grounded, like if little man liked riding his bike and he got grounded, I wouldn't ground him from his bike. I would ground him from going outside because now I'm not taking his bike away. I'm taking away his ability to go outside and play. He's grounded. Right. You just have to finagle that. So I wanted to talk about that because of the TikTok is getting a lot of those comments and I didn't want to make a TikTok about it because fuck TikTok.
Right.
That app has gone to shit. You know what they've started doing? I know you don't scroll. You have gone like crazy off the rails with your social media. Like I have to ask you to make content. Yeah. Because you're anti all of it. And
I'm doing other things with my time.
Right. And I'm not hating on you for it.
Yeah.
I love that you are that disconnected. I wish you would make content when I remind you.
I do. I always text you afterwards.
It's like 2 or 3 days later.
No, that's a fib. I will pull up my phone right now.
It took you 3 days when I asked you to make a TikTok about your garden stuff. That's not a fib. That's
what
factual.
was I doing with that 3 days?
All kinds of other shit, but it takes 2 minutes or less to make a TikTok.
That is one instance in like the last 3 months. Where's the credit for all the times I texted you back 10 minutes later? It's done.
There's credit there.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you stay on top of the TikTok thing. That is a minor source of revenue, but it is a way to filter people to YouTube. I hate TikTok. And I'm on Instagram way more than TikTok now. All right, guys, as you know, there was a TikTok scare. We lost the app for a whole 12 hours and we have no idea what the future of the app looks like. And with that, we are very concerned about the loss of our following. We have amassed almost 3 million followers across that platform with all 4 of our accounts. And we are trying to push people to other social media platforms so that in the event that anything happens on one app, we have multiple other backup plans. If you want to make sure that you're not missing any content, we highly recommend that you check out our Patreon.
On Patreon, we have multiple tiers to choose from. Starting at $10, you begin to receive exclusive content. At $15 a month, you get access to our private Discord server where we've amassed an absolutely amazing community of supportive people. And beyond that, we have other tiers to check out, along with my 2 private women's group, if that's something you may be interested in.
Guys, on our $15 and higher tier, you have access to live recordings. We record all of our content 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week, live in front of our Patreon audience, where they are able to chat with us while we're recording. They get to see all the flirting, the outtakes, the hot topic conversations that never actually make it on the podcast. And it's really worth that aspect in itself. We have an After Dark where we sit down usually once a week and have a glass of bourbon, or in Peach's case, a glass of wine and a bowl of cheese. And we have a whole lot of fun conversations, karaoke in the Discord. We finish the lyrics. We literally just hang out and you guys get to hang out with us. There is a host of other perks, including Zoom calls that are coming for the ultimate tier. So that if you guys are having problems, you can talk to us. It also gives you the heads up on private meet and greets, because when we travel, we try to meet up with people on our Discord on a regular basis. There's a whole slew of other perks that come through Patreon. I highly recommend that you check it out.
The best way to support what we are doing is to share the content. The second best way is to check out our Patreon. Thank you guys for being here.
Anyways, the reason why I brought that up is because TikTok now, when I scroll my feed, will be like video, ad, video, store, ad, video, store, ad, like, right? And then in between those is promote your own video, promote your own video, promote your own video. They want us to pay to make our video go out to our followers. And our view count is less than 10,000 a video with 1.4 million followers. And every time somebody sees our video that hasn't seen our video in a while, like, oh my God, we haven't seen you on our FYP in forever. They're just not promoting our content like at all. And I know it's because they're getting ready to sell TikTok. So the algorithm has changed. They're swapping the algorithm so that when it does sell, they don't get the Chinese algorithm that China has. And they're trying to make it so that it looks like it's making a whole lot more money between ads and boosted posts and the TikTok shop to get a bigger price point for it. And this whole thing is I don't think TikTok is going to be here in a year. I think it's on a very big decline right now. And I see it in the Discord community. Every time I log into Discord and I complain about TikTok, people are like, yeah, we stopped using the app. I sent Sean a TikTok of our garden yesterday. And he's like, bro, I haven't logged into TikTok in like 3 months.
Wow.
He uses Instagram. He scrolls Instagram in his downtime now. I think and the Instagram algorithm is better.
Oh, the TikTok era is dying.
I do believe it is dying. Yes, ma'am.
You know what? I'm okay with that. I feel like Instagram is of higher quality when it comes to everything, interactions, talking with people in the comments, even disagreeing comments on Instagram are conversation worthy. They're not nasty, and
it's because I think there's a different mindset to the user base.
Yeah.
And what if TikTok is bought by Meta? Because that's a huge assumption right now. There's a whole lot of speculation that Mark Zuckerberg has already bought TikTok and that they're making the changes necessary so that they can acquisition the product. And all of this right now is just filler until it's ready to be released onto the Meta platforms. At that point, I mean, I don't know what TikTok would look like because Meta owns Instagram. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about the video? Because otherwise I'm going to move on to the next topic.
The video?
Yeah. Or anything for that matter.
No, not the video. There was something I wanted to talk about and I can't remember what it was. I did so much this morning. You can go on to the next thing. This is not the next thing. Okay.
Since you did a whole lot this morning, I saw you go out there and water and do all of that. How does that feel in the morning to have that 30 minutes of just you time and solitude with the sprayer in your hand?
I like it. I'm getting a lot of audiobooks done. A lot of thinking is happening.
You know that you can find meditation in those moments too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that I'm going to have Nikita build that platform.
I love that.
And then I obviously the garden's almost done. He's got half the roof put on it. And then hopefully that shade thing will get delivered. And then Trevor's coming out on Wednesday. We're going to bury all these things and get it going. I'm very surprised with my want to do the garden.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah, I'm pretty shocked. I mean, I love it and I'm stoked by it. I'm enjoying this quality time with you.
it gives us something new to discuss and talk about. And like, I don't know shit about gardening, so everything is new to me. And I can spend all of my boring downtime watching gardening shit on YouTube and gain new knowledge that is feeding my my need to like learn and expand my brain. And there's so much that I would have never even considered being a thing. Like there's gardening zones all across the United States.
Yeah.
I had no idea that that was a thing. And like where we live, if you go 3 miles over, it's a different zone because we're technically still on the coast.
Yeah.
So I'm learning a bunch of cool new shit about all of that, and really want to do the food forest thing and get all of that growing. And when dude came to do my car this morning, he asked how things were going because I haven't really talked to him in the last 3 months. And I told him since we got back from Costa Rica, all I can taste in our food, well, it's gone now. I can't taste it anymore. But for the first 2 to 3 weeks that we were back, everything tasted like I was eating like
microplastics.
No, it tasted like I was eating food that had chemical cleaners poured on it. Like if you were to spray something that's underneath of your kitchen sink to clean something and take a breath and get that in your mouth, it tastes like that with food on it. And I don't want to eat like that anymore. And he asked me this morning if I'm losing weight. And I was like, I fucking hope so, man. Like,
I heard that. That made me smile. I hope it made you feel good.
It did make me feel good. But what's making me feel good is I'm not eating shitty food anymore. Like I've been really good about looking at labels and making sure that I'm eating. We have become very crunchy granola hippie fuckers.
We really have. I ordered a protein pasta from Sprouts that I'm going to make for dinner tonight with chicken and broccoli.
Yeah.
And it's like 4 ingredients.
I love that.
Yeah. I still have a sweet tooth, but I'm eating like grapes and dragon fruit and bananas. And
we need to get star fruits for the property.
We do. That's on my list.
Because I saw how well that tree was doing at dude's house yesterday. So
I'm so impatient.
Yeah.
Oh, how would you feel about having a fruit stand or like a food stand once we're producing super well?
I have a better idea.
Oh, tell me.
How about we deliver food to Sacred Vine for ceremonies instead? We get with Naomi and be like, this is what we have, because she cooks everything there. It's all organic, no pesticides, like it's pure food.
Right.
We'll bring it up and drop it off the day of ceremony that we're not coming, so that you have food to cook. And we can do that with all the shit that's here. The fucking sugar apples, the bananas, all of it. So they have ingredients to cook. I don't want to do a fruit stand because it's just more work.
I want to do something to give away fruit for free.
Well, we can do that. We could actually find communities on Facebook that's like, we can just set up a box out front, take what you want. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Like, yeah. There's, we're actually, our area is getting a pretty big homeless population. And I see homeless people at the Wawa every time we go to Wawa. So in the event that we're harvesting pounds of food, I will just go to Wawa to get my drink and fucking bring bags of food to homeless people.
Okay.
We can do that too.
Yeah, I love that. So out of my garden, I have harvested like 7 of my little tiny angel grape tomatoes.
Those are Everglade tomatoes, aren't they?
No.
Okay.
They're a little tiny sweet tomato.
Everglade tomatoes are tiny like that.
Yeah. A bunch more getting ripe. I have they're ugly looking tomatoes. They're very shapely.
Yeah, they're still forming. One of them's turned red though.
Yeah, it's almost ripe. I'm so excited. We have my pepperoncinis are coming in. I pulled one yesterday. We have the jalapeno peppers coming in, and then my onion's doing well. I checked on that the other day.
I want to get some scorpion peppers. They're hot as fuck, but
okay. My sweet peas. I got 2 pods of sweet peas. That was it. The vine died.
The 2 vines that were growing up the fence and into the tree are dead.
Yeah, those were the sweet peas.
Oh, okay. I thought those were peppers.
I thought they were too. I didn't label anything.
We need to buy the labels and
They're
label
on the counter.
Everything we plant.
They're on the counter. I also have I have like labels that we can tie onto branches for the trees.
Okay. I bought the mesh bags for the mangoes.
Beautiful.
So those should be here today or tomorrow.
Fuck the raccoons.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in a little war with them.
There we will be.
I feel like we already are. We tied off the trash can. They ate all of my avocados. Every single one.
They don't hit the trash can anymore.
Right. Now they're hitting where it hurts.
Well, there's got to be things that we can grow on the base of the tree that will make them not want to get in there. Put thorny things in there or something. I don't know, but we'll figure that out. That's the downside of living in the woods.
Yeah.
Is that there's going to be critters that are going to try to get to our food. So we are definitely going to have to box off the garden with a trellis because it'll make that chicken wire stronger, make it harder for raccoons to get into.
Okay.
We'll figure that out too. I didn't look when I went to Home Depot the other day. It completely slipped my mind, but I have to go back anyways because I think I need to buy a new Sawzall.
Okay, so we need to get viney plants to go up the trellis.
We don't need to. We can. We don't need to.
Yeah.
The trellis is more to keep the raccoons out because of everything that you're going to plant in there.
Okay.
Okay. So are you done now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we still in like just bullshitting?
Yes.
Because I want to talk about Mount Everest.
Okay, go ahead. Because I have to pull this back up because the app updated.
So I don't know about you guys, but the times that I do scroll TikTok, I am getting a just influx of Mount Everest content and the things that are going on in Mount Everest. And the video that sent me down a deep dive was a video of climbers and a woman just crying, sobbing, and like storming is happening and one dead body just slides past them. And I was like, I could not. Absolutely could not. They're in a line. So there's like an amusement park climbing this mountain. And somebody, I don't know how high up they were, dude could have still been alive. There's no stopping him. He was like 400 or 500 feet away. You can't just reach out and grab him. And there was no ledge she was getting to. It was just pure slope straight down.
It's the fastest way down the mountain.
It is. It is. I would be frozen, terrified in fear, first because of the heights, but secondly, like I'm about to be where that person just fucked up.
Yeah.
Could not. So I went down the rabbit hole and Mount Everest may not be a thing for a bit. May not be a thing after.
For
like,
tourists, you mean?
Yeah. Like they might be shutting that down for good. The government's making it very hard for people to come in, putting up a lot of red tape for tourists, adventure tourists, extreme tourism to climb the mountain. In 1996, 100 and something people climbed, like summited Everest. And that was like peak season in 96. As of 2023, season looks like 600 to 700 people summiting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is just, I'm sure, wrecking the environment.
Oh, 100%. Sherpas are the people who save. They said that 2/3 of the people who are summiting Everest at this point have almost zero experience at those altitudes. So they're needing to be saved. Every time there's a summit, it's expected that they have to put their lives in dangers every time they go up with a group because somebody doesn't know what they're doing.
That's insane.
It costs between $50,000 and $100,000 for someone to summit Everest, and Sherpas are making between $5,000 and $6,000 per season.
Yeah, that's their economy too.
Yeah.
So them not getting people climbing is going to wreck those little villages because they live on the mountain.
Right. Yeah. The mountains are like gods and goddesses to them. Like it's a really big spiritual thing. But that money, the $100,000, is going to outside adventure companies who are booking the travel, and
that makes sense.
So they're not seeing any of that money. As of 2023, as of September of this year, they are implementing that like a lot more licenses are needed to actually summit. And there is going to be one Sherpa per 2 people. I listened to something this morning that there were Sherpas who were chastised because there were people, Sherpas say that there's a different mindset between summiting Mount Everest and conquering Mount Everest. And the people who have that conquering mindset are more likely to be putting themselves in danger because they have to prove something. And this guy, it got to a point where his Sherpa was like, we need to turn around. We're not going to make this. This isn't going to be good. And the guy's like, no, I need to do this. We're going to keep going. And the Sherpa was at this point like, okay, so now what? Like, do I let this guy go and he's going to die by himself? Or do I go back and I save myself? So they kept summiting because the Sherpa had a conscience. And this guy was, I would feel like I was being put in a fucked up position, knowing that somebody's life is on my hands like that. They kept summiting. They were getting low on oxygen. And it finally got to a point where he ended up just dragging this guy down the mountain.
That's crazy.
I don't recall what got them to the point, but it got them to a point to where this guy was like in delusion. His mind was shutting down to the lack of oxygen, the harsh conditions, frostbite. And he was fighting the Sherpa again about summiting down the mountain. And he was like, no, I'm not moving anymore. I'm just going to stay here. I'm great. I'm fine. Hypothermia kicked in, so he felt warm. And the Sherpa's like, I'm leaving. Like, I have a family. You're either going to come with me or you're going to sit here and die. And the guy was like, I'm just going to sit here.
Dad left him.
Yeah, the Sherpa left. He barely got down the mountain. The only reason he got down was because of muscle memory. He was also suffering from that lack of oxygen to the brain, so he was getting delirious. And there are points where he was like, why am I on a mountain? What's going on? I should be getting ready for dinner with my family, like those kinds of things.
Wow.
Yeah. He made it down by muscle memory, and he got a lot of shit for that, for leaving the wealthy adventurer behind. Absolutely insane, the things that they have to go through. And another thing that blew my mind, I couldn't imagine trying to do something extremely dangerous, waiting in a line of 600 people. Like, you already know you're risking your life doing
That's
something.
like a really, really long roller coaster ride when you think about it, like Disney or something.
So I fell down the rabbit hole. I feel like you're getting bored of this. You're checking your watch and
My
stuff.
phone just went off. So I was looking to see if that was a sale of a couples retreat or.
Okay.
So you want to talk about your women's retreat real quick?
Yeah. When is this going to be released? What's going on with
September.
this?
It'll the month that it's happening.
So,
but you should still talk about it because this is the first time we're doing it.
Okay. So this is probably going to be released around the time of or after my first women's retreat. I don't know what I want to call it yet. I'm still bouncing around name ideas. So far, it sounds like it's over half sold out.
It is more than half sold out.
We are staying in a massive mansion. It's going to be all women minus my husband for safety reasons.
And photos.
And photos if women consent to it.
That sounded dirty. The photos, not a consent thing. It's to take pictures of like the meditation.
Right.
You know, as you guys are doing your group sessions.
Right.
I'm gonna be in the background taking pictures.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it just with the consent made it sound like I was trying to take dirty pictures. So that's not what we're doing.
No.
Okay.
The consent to be posted on the internet for promotional reasons or whatever. And we're doing a plethora of things. We are doing cooking lessons. We are doing group talks. I am bouncing around the idea of doing one-on-one sessions at a separate pricing because that's going to take me away from the group. I don't know how I feel about that yet.
I think that we should just do this one the way that it is and then figure that out for the next one. I think that because there's so many people going to this first one that it would be a disservice to the people who are going to do that.
Yeah.
But if it was a smaller group, you could charge more to do that and just do like a 10-person group instead of a 20-person group.
That's a good idea. Bunch of group activities, cooking lessons. We are going to be doing group meditations, sound baths, Reiki.
Time management.
We are going to be talking about emotions, how to manage them. We're going to talk about motherhood. There's going to be a whole itinerary of things. We are still in the development phases because I want each group to kind of be hands-on with what we are doing. I don't want to just present something and then it be useless to over half the people. So I'm getting a lot of feedback. I'm collecting data. I am structuring things. And I've actually had a lot of women reach out and say, hey, I would love to do this for the group while we're there if we can fit it in, or do this for the group because I specialize in that. And it's just something that they want to offer for being there. So I think I'm going to pull some of the women aside, and like one woman offered to do a cooking lesson because she has a culinary background and it's something she enjoys doing. So I think I'm going to offer the ladies, if you want to do a session of something that I already have planned, but you're fluent in it.
Yeah.
I think that would be fantastic. Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
There's involvement in it. There will be engagement. It's not just going to be me lecturing. I think it's going to be a good environment.
This will go out to Patreon before it goes out to everybody else. So if you're on the $10 tier of Patreon and you see this video after we've recorded, that is still very much available. Today is June 30th. So there's still roughly half availability. So if you guys are interested in doing that, I would not sleep on it because she's going to make a TikTok today promoting it. And that I think once that happens, it's going to go pretty quick. So we sold out half of it in less than 24 hours.
Yeah. And it's how many spots were available? 24?
It was 24 spots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sold out half of it already.
Massive pool, big old windows. I think I want to set up the sound bath under an awning somewhere. Very excited. Are we near a beach?
No, we're in Kissimmee. We're closer to Orlando for that.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on to the next thing.
Next thing.
Damn it. It did it again. I have some phrases that I want to see if you agree with or disagree with, and then we can talk about it.
Okay.
These are things that are very common in relationships and very common in the toxic Facebook social media sphere.
Okay.
If they wanted to, they would. Agree or disagree?
It depends on the context it's being used.
So what are some examples of would and wouldn't?
So if he wanted to, right? Is that what it said? If he wanted to, or if they wanted to?
If they wanted to, they would.
If they wanted to, they would. It's accurate. They have to be fed into, though. There has to be a reason for them to want to do it. So, for example, if a woman says if he wanted to, he would, over like a romantic TikTok of a man, 100 roses, flowers on the bed, whatever. I bet he did that because his woman is a place for him to come to after a really hard day. And she cooks dinner for him, and she maybe cleans the house. Maybe she also works and doesn't argue about finances, takes care of the children. She's a teammate.
That's a really good point. That needs to be clipped. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I didn't even think about that. I wasn't even ready to have that conversation, but you're right, because all of those TikToks are bullshit TikToks with no context. 100 roses is not cheap.
Right.
Like, that's expensive. The time that would have to go into that and the planning and all of that. If you were in a constant warfare with your partner, why would you want to do something like that?
Right.
So there is no want in that aspect. So it's not a matter of if they wanted to, they would. It's a matter of if you were worth it to them, they would. Right? Because at that point, you are being a teammate. You are acting as if you fucking love your person and they want to reciprocate that love. I didn't even think about that. There's another side of if they wanted to, they would, that I wanted to touch on, and that's the fear of abandonment, fear of rejection. I want to be able to one day, this will never happen because I have no interest in learning the guitar. Okay. But I have the dream in my head of being able to play guitar around a bonfire and sing a song in front of a bunch of people. Yeah. Just the thought of that makes my fucking heart race. I don't know how to play the guitar. My singing voice isn't that good. I don't do well in front of like a stage of people where all eyes are on me unless I'm talking about relationships, because all of that is foreign territory. So the idea of quickly learning how to strum three chords so that I can sing a song to like serenade you in front of a group of people, my heart's racing even faster now, because what if I stuttered the lyrics? Right. So that's not a matter of if they want to, they would. There's a whole lot of fear and trauma. Well, I mean, that's the goal. Right. I love that dude. I haven't talked to him very much lately. Anyways, but there's a whole lot of fear and trauma that goes into those kind of things that you never know what's holding somebody back from doing that. We had a weird cut there because she flashed the camera. Sorry, guys.
Oopsie dude.
And I don't remember where I was at or what
talking about Derek, talking about that's the goal.
Well, that might have been a great place to just cut. So maybe they won't even know that it happened. Okay. But there is a whole lot of fear and things that people, it's the fear of the unknown, the fear of rejection, the fear of looking foolish in front of somebody they care about. There's a whole lot of things that go into making people not take the steps to do those kind of things. That's where I wanted to go with the conversation, but with where you went with the conversation, that's a much better. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you have to think like, I can't believe I didn't go there because I am somebody that believes in reciprocal love. Like if we're going to buy chocolates and flowers and take you to dinner and do the roses and all of those things, I want back rubs and like my head shaved, and I want to hear that you're proud of me and that I'm a good man. And like, I want that snuggles, that team dynamic to make me feel like I'm working for something that actually fucking matters, instead of just working because it's expected. It's a really good point.
Before we continue on, does the house looking the way the house looks now feed into that for you?
It does. I am much happier with the way the house is. It's reducing my chaos. Okay. For those of you who don't know, we're in a massive purge. It's been 3 months and we've been getting rid of shit left and right. Where the goal is to get rid of like half. And you're getting your shit way faster than I'm getting mine, because I know I own a lot of stuff, but like my stuff is mainly like work related stuff, or tools. I don't have a whole lot of knickknacks laying around. So, but we're still doing it. I'm going to go through all of my clothes and throw away a whole bunch of clothes. We'll donate, guys. When I say throw away, I donate.
Yes, yes.
So
I just went through everything in the kitchen. I got I said wood. I gotta make sure my Band-Aid don't fall off. I have a nasty, if my third eye was depressed, this is it. Like, it's terrible. So I covered it with a Band-Aid. I want to make sure it wasn't falling off. I got rid of maybe 20 pots yesterday, 15 pots and pans that were just sitting in the cabinets that I don't use. And shout out to Phenom in the Discord. She's in my Sacred Sisterhood group chat. She said something in a group call, and I was like, I didn't want to hear that, but I clearly needed to hear it because it hurt my feelings. And she was like, I kind of live like a college student with nothing on my countertops, and I try to keep everything minimal. And
that Pinterest house.
Yeah, and I made excuses. And I was like, no, you're right. I made excuses and I muted myself. And I was like, and I unmuted and I was like, no, you're right. So I have a lot of things underneath cabinets now. This little area is the next purge I want to do. Then I want to do our bedroom. Find a place for my sewing machine, clean out the dog kennel and stuff next to the kitchen table.
When you do the kitchen area, I would like to be a part of that. And when we get to the bedroom and you do that, like...
Kitchen area is done.
I don't feel... Well, the dining area.
Oh, okay.
Where the table is. I don't know if there's a whole lot in the room that I can get rid of because I have been getting rid of stuff in there. Mm-hmm. Like the t-shirt cannon that's in there, like that's a metal t-shirt cannon. I'm not getting rid of that. Even if I never use it again, I spent like $1,200 on that thing.
Yeah, it can go somewhere that's not our bedroom.
Yeah, I can put it in the garage. You know, there's things that I can do with it. Like the massage table that's in there needs to stay in there because when my back flares up, like whatever. Mm-hmm. But there's definitely stuff that I can get rid of in there. I don't want to rent another storage unit. The goal is to get rid of stuff. And I'm like, if I haven't used it in 6 months, do I really need it? Until I get rid of it, I'm like, fuck, I needed that.
Yeah.
Which I happen to do a lot. So
I do that too.
All right, let's get back to this.
Okay.
The next one is you shouldn't have to ask for what you need. This falls into they should know better. They should just know.
You shouldn't have to ask for what you need. So I 80% agree with that.
80%.
80% agree with that.
Okay.
Because nobody's a mind reader. You need to know what you want. And then you need to be able to say what you want. If you can talk but don't know what you want, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
That the 20% that I disagree with that is after multiple conversations had been had and say somebody has an emotional response to something or a situation, I kind of expect you as my husband to know how to soothe me in that moment.
Okay, so wait a minute. You 80% disagree and 20% agree?
No, I 80% agree with the statement.
That you shouldn't have to ask for what you need?
Okay, no, flip it.
Okay, that. I was very confused. I was like, we're not aligning here at all. Like, we're way the fuck off here. Okay.
Pause it, flip it, reverse it.
Yeah.
So I 80% disagree.
Okay, 20% agree.
Because people aren't mind readers. You need to be able to know what you want. And I 20% agree because in like high stress, high emotional situations, if I know you're on edge in public, I'm not gonna, what do you need me to do in this moment? I'm just gonna follow your lead and you're gonna tell me what you need me to do.
You're gonna get hate for that.
Why?
Because you're allowing me to tell you what to do. Oh
no. There's an active shooter situation and I want my husband to make sure I'm safe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even in that, that's to an extreme. But like in the event that I am having a bad day or there's a lot going on and I'm stressed out and I am in, you can say fight or flight and I'm trying to get us out of a situation. The last thing I need is you fighting with me while I'm trying to get us out of there. And it could just be that there's too many fucking people here and I'm overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. Tism is a thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, we both go through it. There's been times where you're like, get me out of here. Mm-hmm. Like, grab the belt. Let's go. I'll fucking push people all the way. I don't give a fuck. What are they gonna do? Don't do that.
Yeah.
That already happened. Fuck you. We're going. Right. So we'll get out of there.
Right.
And if somebody's got a problem, they can correct it outside where you're safe and in the vehicle. And then I can argue and just leave. Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Well, if it were that situation where you're overwhelmed and overstimulated, whatever. Yeah. The last thing I'm doing is asking you a multitude of questions. What's the matter? What's going on with you? Why are you talking to me that way? Why are you hurrying? Making my way downtown, just walking a little bit faster behind my husband.
Yeah. So that comes to, so I can agree with that 20% assessment, but I think that's more along the lines of being in tune emotionally and spiritually with your person.
I agree.
That speaks to empathy and understanding the nuances of the person that you're in love with. Their body language, the shift in the tone of their voice or the language that they're using, right? Because there are indicators of stress that you see in everybody. And the more you know somebody, you can tell by the way somebody sighs if it's a or a,
Right.
so you can tell. You shouldn't have to ask for what you need. And a relationship to me says, I lack communication and you should just know better because I'm
the center of the universe.
I am not able to articulate my needs in a way that expresses what I want or conveys what I want. Therefore, you need to just know. And before anyone gets in the comment and goes, well, if they see the dishes are dirty, they should just wash the dishes. If you have designated roles in your home of whose job is what, that's not a thing. It's just not. I don't do dishes. I haven't washed dishes since we've been together. Not once. Not one fucking time have I washed dishes. That's a lie. I did dishes when you had your surgery.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
But that doesn't count.
That was years ago, though.
I know. Well, it doesn't count anyways because I knew going into that you were going to be down for the count for a week or however long it was. But when you got back on your feet and roles went back to normal, like there was a transitionary period where life got back to normal. I haven't done dishes since then. But if the laundry's getting piled up and I realize that you're cleaning the kitchen or you're doing other things and I have the extra 5 seconds, it's not a big deal to do that, even though laundry's technically your job. If you're driving around and your gas tank gets below 1/8 of a tank, which fucking drives me nuts that you let your car get under 1/4 of a tank, you're just going to get gas. You're not going to call me and make me stop what I'm doing to drive to the gas station to pump your gas. But if you come home and you're like, hey, I'm at 1/4 tank, I can just take the truck and go. But that comes down to how am I supposed to know these things if we don't talk about them? So I think that you shouldn't have to ask for what you need statement or they should just know means that you are a shitty communicator. And if you say that and you use that phrase in your marriage or online and other things, you are admitting that you're a shitty communicator. And
Preach it.
And now that I've said that, people are going to read that shit and be like, oh, girl, you need to learn to communicate.
Hey guys, little quick interruption. If you're enjoying the content, please leave a like. And also don't forget to comment. We enjoy interacting with you guys and hearing your opinions, and it helps the algorithm.
It's also free to do. And if you really want to help make sure the show continues to do, hit the subscribe button and share the content across your social medias. It costs you nothing and it greatly helps the show. Okay. The next one is if it's hard, it's not right.
If it's hard, it's not right.
Yep.
If it's hard, like the relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. The relationship. If you have to struggle in your relationship, it's not the right one. If it's hard, not struggle, hard. This is the term that they've used.
I feel like that sentence is not clear enough, so I'm going to disagree with it.
Okay, I disagree with it too.
Because there's going to be hard times. There's going to be stressful situations that are out of your control that's going to impact your relationship. There's going to be new obstacles that you have to learn to overcome together and compromise. Now, if your person is addicted to pornography, and that's the hill they want to die on, that this is not cheating and I'm going to do this whether you like it or not, that's a different conversation from what I just said. I was going to make up a scenario, but I don't want to do this.
It's good. You're good. I think that this comes down to not being realistic. If you've ever disappointed your person and you know you've disappointed them, they don't have to tell you. They don't have to look at you in the face and be like, that, you really disappointed me today. You can tell by the body language. Yeah. If you know your person that you let them down or that something's not right. That sucks ass. And it's hard. And you feel like shit over it. And even if you're anxious about the argument that's coming or you're afraid of the fallout that's coming, that in itself is hard. Communication takes time and it takes work.
Effort.
A lot of it. Because there's a whole lot of this is what I'm trying to convey and you're not understanding it. Well, that's not what you're saying. Okay, well, let me say it a different way. Communication is ebb and flow. If you are really good at talking and your person doesn't understand, you're not communicating. You're talking to a wall at that point. I could communicate to the best of my ability using all of the correct terms, but if you don't understand English and you only speak Italian, we're not communicating.
Right.
I'm talking at you and you're like.
My mind went to rocket ships. If someone enters in the code perfectly, but there's not a connection there to receive it, the rocket's not going to take off.
Right. Right. It is an ebb and flow. It takes two. So to think that if it's not hard, it's not, if it's hard, it's not right. That is basically saying that if you want you only want a relationship where you get your way all the time and everything is flawless. That doesn't exist.
It also sounds like slight narcissism.
Could be. Could
Okay.
be. I think that comes down to the people who want the princess treatment, or they just want everything to be perfect. And the moment that things get hard, well, I saw on the internet that it shouldn't be hard. Relationships, if they're the right person, should just be perfect and then they leave instead of working through things. And if you always run from your problems and you don't learn how to problem solve, you will have nothing but problems in your life.
Mm-hmm.
If your needs aren't being met, just leave.
That's a real thing that someone said.
It's been said.
Read it one more time.
If your needs aren't being met, just leave.
I hate that.
I do too.
I hate everything about that sentence. That sentence can be moved to the recycling bin and turned into something new.
Yeah.
Like, if my needs aren't being met, I need to learn how to communicate to my partner about it. And if you don't feel safe communicating to your partner about it, I would find the fastest and safest way to get out of that relationship if that's the case.
I think that there's a whole lot of things that need to get to the point before leaving.
Yes.
and again, there's definitely levels or scales of fucked upness.
There is, though.
Of where that lands. But like, if your needs aren't being met because you need quality time and your husband's working 80 hours a week to provide to make sure that you guys have everything that you need and pay for college and do all of that shit, like there needs to be an understanding there. And then you need to have conversations about missing your person and having date nights and trying to facilitate time. Like maybe on Wednesdays you don't work overtime and like those kind of things need to be had. But if those conversations have been had, and then we'll use the same one, right? Let's say that a woman says that to her husband and he is working 80 hours a week every week to make sure that maybe there's not a savings account. Maybe there's been a delinquent mortgage payment that he's trying to catch up, right? And there's a whole lot of stress there and he's wrong for not saying anything, but maybe he's kept that to himself to not worry the woman and kids, right?
Like that's his burden to carry.
Right, it is, because it is his burden. But that same argument, he's wrong for not saying something.
I agree.
Because it is absolutely his job to make sure that everybody is aware of what's going on. As a leader, you lead downstream and up. So he's got a whole lot of things that he needs to work on there, but that burden and that stress is a problem for a lot of people. And that falls back onto the other one with the fears of not being able to articulate things or what was the first one? It was the fear of if they wanted to, they would. Like he could want to talk to you and tell you what's going on, but maybe he's afraid of how you're going to react, right? So that falls into that. But there's a lot that goes into that whole thing. I think that at some point there has to be an understanding that both people need to have needs that need to be met. And a man working 80 hours and putting everything above himself is no different than a woman missing her husband because he works 80 hours a week. Like we both need self-care. We both need time to do the things that we enjoy on top of having time with each other, because you still need that. Like you got your 30 minutes of gardening time every day now, right? Like I have my morning time when I wake up before everybody gets up in the house most of the time. So like we have our alone time where we do what we do to fill our cup and to meditate or whatever. Like there still needs to be that on top of the time with each other. But those conversations take a whole lot of back and forth and a whole lot of figuring out. It's not an easy thing.
Yeah.
So you disagree with that one then?
I do.
Okay. The next one is, it's not your job to teach someone how to love you.
It's not my job to teach somebody how to love me. What, do you come with like an instruction manual?
Just a phrase. It's not your job to teach someone how to love you.
You come with like a QR code where they can download an ebook.
PDF.
That's the stupidest sentence I've ever heard. One of the stupidest sentences I've ever heard. I'm not going to say the stupidest. I'm sure there's other contenders out there.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are probably going to be on this list, but
That is rubbish.
that is exactly what you're doing in your relationship.
That's the whole point of the relationship.
The courting phase, the dating phase, let me go ahead.
I don't want to lose my thought. That sentence gives me, I grew up throwing temper tantrums until my parents offered me something that made me feel good. I'm not going to tell you what I want or need, but you're going to present me options until I tell you what makes me feel better.
Right. Well, you're still at that point, still telling them,
Right.
which further makes that statement stupid.
Mm-hmm.
If I loved you the way that, or if I tried to treat you the way that I tried to treat every relationship that I've ever had, which failed, there will be no success in future relationships going forward.
Correct.
Right? So the idea of, you don't have to teach someone how to love you is asinine. You have to teach people how to love you because love languages are, even though it's pop psychology, it is a thing. And you have to understand what fills people's cups and what they need to feel full.
Bro, do you even know what fills your own cup?
Most people don't.
Yep.
So there's
what is it like to love you?
It is actually your job, and it's their job to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have to figure out what it is that you both need in order to feel fulfilled. And if you can't figure that out, your relationship's going to fail.
Yes.
That was it. That was the last one.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to look at a text message that just came through while you were doing what you're doing. Well, it's a whole hour of bullshit. This will be a 2-hour episode.
Oh, wow.
Unless you want to wrap up and just do emails, because that was an hour. We can wrap up and fucking
do that as Friday content?
Do it as Friday content.
Okay, yeah.
So I lied. We're not doing an email. I'll just cut that out if I can. I'll probably just cut that out. We were going to do an email today, guys, but we realized that we're at an hour of content right now before cuts. And I don't want to get into that and then spend 2 hours on an episode. I know that some of you like the 2-hour, 3-hour episodes, but we have shit to do. So
we do.
We're going to wrap up this episode, do another episode, and then go buy plants.
I'm so excited. I want that cacao plant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully they got it. So
make our own dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Yes. Heart healthy.
All right. With that being said, guys, remember you are the author of your own life.
So grab a pen.
And we will see you on the next one.
Toodles.